Hey, how's everybody? In today's video, we're talking about the target date funds. Specifically, we're going to be answering the question, are target date funds a good idea to be having my money in? Should I stay in them both while working and in retirement, or should I move elsewhere? If this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss future updates just like this one. Also, check out our new service called Scenic Financial that gives you ongoing professional advice in your Plan 3, DCP, and 403 accounts, so you never have to be left wondering and guessing if you're making the right investment moves in your retirement accounts. So now back to the question. When it comes to target date funds, it's important to understand how they work. Oftentimes people have this misconception that these target date funds are actively managed, someone's trading on my behalf, so I don't have to worry about it. It's going to slowly get more conservative as it goes to retirement, and then I'll be all set. The thing here is that these target date funds, because they are automated, so to speak, they are not personalized to you. They don't know when you plan to retire. They don't know your income situation, if you have inheritance, so it's not very personalized. So it's a kind of a general fund. All right, so these target funds are built for average people retiring at age 65, but most people aren't average. So if you plan on retiring before 65, you may be taking on too much risk in your portfolio because you're shortening your time horizon to retirement. If you plan on working past 65, maybe you could afford to be taking a little bit more risk. So now let's look at how does target funds work. Well, simply, they're set to have a certain amount of equities and bonds in the portfolio, and as it goes to retirement, they're supposed to slide down in scale. The problem is they tend to be too conservative in your early years. When you're in your 20s or 30s and you still have your whole career ahead of you, these things can have 10 to 15% in bonds. And when you have money in bonds, they really don't grow all that well. So these target funds have actually come under fire because they underperform for younger individuals when compared to the other market investment options. So because they became under fire and scrutinized for underperforming, they had to increase their performance. And what's the only way to do that? You have to take on more risk. So these target funds increase their risk thresholds. So if someone at 60 used to have this amount of risk, now they have this much risk. So it's something to keep in mind that even though you're getting close to your target fund, you may be taking on more risk than you realize. For example, the 2020 target fund Washington State still has 60% invested in equities and only 40% in fixed income or bonds. Now, it may be okay for some of you, but in many cases, it's probably more risk than you're probably wanting to take on, especially right before retirement. Which is why it's important to not just trust in any one fund that's going to do it for you, and instead get a customized approach that's tailored to you. So if you're needing help when deciding how can I build a portfolio that's a little more customized to me so I can reduce the amount of risk I'm taking, or perhaps take on more risk if I'm younger and wanting to see my account potentially grow more. Well, that's exactly why I built Scenic Financial. It's a system that will give you guys ongoing advice on how to do your investments within Plan 3, DCP, and pretty much any 403 account as well. So all you do is log in and choose the investment model or the risk level that you want to take, and the system will tell you exactly where to put your money. And on a quarterly basis, we'll actually update you to see if any changes are needed in your accounts. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and check the description below. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Remember that your future depends on what you do today.